Hi, my name is Emma King. I go to the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and I'm on the softball team here. I think one of the best pieces of advice that I've been given by coaches or mentors is really just to be myself and trust all of the hard work that I've put in. I struggle a lot with self-doubt of like my abilities, and so that advice has really stuck with me throughout my entire softball career. One of the most important things that I focus on in my training is, especially in the weight room, just focusing on pushing myself and getting stronger because I know that all that hard work that I put in the weight room is going to translate onto the field. One of the biggest things that I work on the field specifically to try and become a better player is just making sure that I'm in tune with every pitch and within every single pitch. So I know if I get the ball, what base am I going to? Who's probably going to be my cut? What runners are on base? How fast are the runners? Just knowing all of that ahead of time so that whenever I do get the ball, I don't feel sped up or kind of get lost in the moment because I've already gone through all of that in my head. One of the biggest challenges I think that I faced kind of pre-college and going through the recruiting process and even kind of before I got here was just, again, kind of self-doubt and kind of comparing myself to others, especially the nature of my sport. And I think sports in general is it's kind of always a comparison game of who's doing better, who's doing worse, all of that. And so that's something that I really had to focus on and just focusing on my process and how much better am I getting every day, not necessarily, oh, well, this person's better than me or this person's worse than me, because at the end of the day, it's my journey and my process and how I became a collegiate athlete. So my recruitment process, I think, was definitely hard. I think anyone who's gone through the recruiting process knows how tiring, how time managing it can be, just having to, I did a lot of emailing coaches, went to camps, all of that. I started at relatively a young age, depends on who you're asking, but I went to my first college camp in 8th grade. So I was on the recruiting process journey for about, I would say, 3 years before I could actually talk to a coach. And it kind of led me here. My coaches saw me play at one tournament in California the summer before my junior year. I came on a visit here at the beginning of my junior year, and this just had everything that I wanted in a university, in a softball program, in a community. And so that's ultimately what led me to committing here. One piece of advice that I would give to athletes who are just starting the recruiting process or are currently going through it right now is just know your worth and know that no matter kind of what anyone says, like, you're a great softball player, and the recruiting process can be hard. There's going to be a lot of ups and a lot of downs, but ultimately know your worth, know what kind of school you want to go to, what kind of program you want to go to, and pick a school that loves you for you. A piece of advice I would give for athletes who are speaking to coaches or scouts or recruiters or anything like that is just be very confident and don't be afraid to go ask questions. I mean, a lot of people say, like, you only get one time a first impression, and a lot of times those people like to see people who are confident in their abilities, confident in going up, giving a firm handshake, or just being really confident in their place in that conversation. So I would say don't be afraid to ask questions, be assertive, and just kind of put yourself out there. I decided on Wisconsin because it just, again, had everything that I wanted in a university. The academics here are top-notch in the country. Our softball program is amazing. Like, we have such great athletes. We're competing at the Big Ten level, and I just love the culture that our coaches have created, that my team and my teammates have created. And it just had kind of everything that I wanted in being able to play a college sport while also being a student athlete. So my freshman year, one of the biggest things that I learned from playing and just practicing every day and just being at the collegiate level is that it's kind of a cliche and everyone tells you this, but it definitely is a faster game for sure. Like, you're playing with grown women, 22-year-olds. I was 18 at the time, so I'm playing as 22, 23-year-olds. So just the game is faster. Pitchers get smarter, infielders get stronger. So all of that does get sped up for sure, but also at the end of the day, knowing, like, it's okay to make mistakes. Like, even the best players in the country, the best players in the world make mistakes. So it's just having the small improvements every day, no matter if you're the top dog or if you're like the lowest on the totem pole or somewhere in between, it doesn't really matter. It just matters about how you progress every day as a player. Something that I do to really balance like my academics and my obviously my softball schedule, my athletics, my weights, all of that is just to really focus on being present on where I am. So if I'm at lift in the morning, I'm here for this hour, I'm focused on lift. If I'm at class for 2 hours, I'm at class, I'm focused on class. I'm not worried about what happened at practice or, oh, I have a treatment tomorrow morning, just being where my feet are and giving my best effort in whatever I'm doing at that time. I really think it's such an honor and privilege to be able to be considered a role model. I mean, I really just ended up being here from loving the game of softball and working hard at my academics, working hard at my craft, and just to be able to be looked up to by little girls or just little boys or whoever it is. Like, I think that's such a huge honor and like a role that I don't take lightly. The whole emergence of NIL has just been such an awesome thing for student athletes because we put in so much hard work and time and everything that goes into becoming a student athlete. So I think it's awesome that now we're kind of able to get like the reward of it in a sense, not necessarily more in a money perspective, not just like playing in front of people and getting gratitude from that, but also getting compensated in a way. I think one of the coolest things that I've seen from NIL is a few of my teammates have worked with UW Health, and they've gotten to do some like promotional videos or just other things along that line. And it's so cool to see how like they're able to be involved in that, but in return, they're helping out like one of the biggest Wisconsin health programs in the state, and how that can reach so many other people. So like, yes, we're helping them, but also like they're helping us because being able to like give back to our community in some way is just such an awesome thing that NIL has kind of like now provided another segue into being able to do that. Some of the things that I hope to achieve while I'm here at Wisconsin is, first of all, I want to graduate here with my undergraduate degree and maybe my master's degree, depending on kind of where my career takes me. But academics is definitely a big part of why I chose Wisconsin. So at the end of the day, I want to make sure that I come out with that degree and be able to take it to, I'm trying to go to PT school after, so be able to take it into there. Softball-wise, I would love to be an All-American. That's been my dream for a really long time, but I know that that's not the ultimate reason like why I wanted to become a collegiate athlete. I wanted to do that because I wanted to come make amazing friendships, amazing relationships with my coaches, with my teammates, with our support staff, and just learn how to become a better human being and be able to take that out into the world. One piece of advice I would give to younger student athletes who are trying to become collegiate athletes is I would just say continue to work hard every single day. Like everyone says, like the grind is real, like as a cliche, but that really is a real thing. And ultimately you are the one who drives like your passion for how much you want to work, and trust that all of that hard work that you put in will pay off at the end. So it can seem hard whenever you're having to miss birthday parties or you're having to miss homecoming or having to miss all this stuff for softball. But if being a collegiate athlete is truly what you want to do, then it's all going to pay off in the end. Hi, my name is Emma King. I go to the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and I'm on the softball team here.